Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to react to Power Book Raising Kanan Season 4 Episode 8 recap. So if you're a Power Book fan, you might as well hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. Do you know what I mean? Let's go, let's go, let's go.
If you had 2 cars or more on finance between 2015 and 2021, you could owe £5,318.25.
You said you might know put down fair.
Rock.
Change the game all over again.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy MarcDark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today, we're going to be talking about Power Book 3 Raising Kanan, Season 4, Episode 8. This is the recap. Down below, I want you guys to let me know, what did y'all think about Episode 8? I thought it was fire. We had a lot of action, a lot of bodies got dropped off, and of course, we finally found out who took out your boy, Famous. Snaps and Pops, they set it all up, and of course, they used law enforcement.
I said, I told you, I told you, I told you. You think I was crazy, but I told you, I told you. No, for real though, I told you it Snaps and Pops. The reason why I kind of clocked it, yeah, like I'm gonna say it again, the reason why I really clocked that it was Snaps and Pops is because it was the hint. Like if you watch these episodes properly, they actually give you hints. Like they give you hints. They're so subtle that you have to really pay attention. And obviously now you're gonna think, okay, why and all that stuff. They did kind of mention why, but at the same time, that is what it is, man. The question now becomes, what will happen between Rock and Kanan in regards to this? But also, will Kanan actually find out the real truth? And if he does find out the real truth, will it be too late? I reckon it would be too late. Like, I reckon he's going to do a Tariq. Yeah. If you know, you know. He's going to do that.
To take him down. So those fan theories about law enforcement and of course Snap and Pops being involved were true, and now we can finally move on, because each and every week talking about these different fan theories of who could have done it, it was getting crazier by the day, and I'm glad that we can finally move on. But a lot of different things popped off at the end of the episode, and of course your girl Krystal, she got hemmed up by law enforcement, and I'm gonna tell you right now, we already know Kanan most likely is going to think that Rock has something to do with it. We know your boy Unique is plotting and planning, and in next week's episode, we know he's going to have that conversation with Kanan. And as I told you guys for weeks and weeks, Unique has a master plan. He wants Kanan, Snaps and Pops, Stefano, Phil Russo, and hell, he even wanted Quan, but we know Quan got dropped off in this episode. But we know Unique wants to build this dream team, and we're going to find out in next week's episode if this master plan is going to go as planned. And as I told you guys, it's looking more and more like Lulu is going to be the one that's going to have to step in and help save his family, because it ain't looking too good. And I'm glad that the old Lulu returned in this episode, letting his haters know that he ain't the person you want to mess around with, and that he ain't no joke. But let's begin this recap. I'm going to try to focus on all the key points. If I miss anything, I want you guys to let me know down below. So what did we see in episode 8 titled Street Struck? Now the episode begins with your boy Quan taking a major L. And I made a video about this a few weeks back, about this particular scene. We knew somebody's safe was getting broke into, and I was thinking that it could be B-Rilla. Maybe he was back on it once again, but no. It was your boy Marvin, and he's robbing Quan. He drops off some of his boys. He gets the combination to the safe, robs him of those diamonds, and then he pulls off his mask, letting Quan know exactly who it is. And once he did that, I'm like, okay, he's about to pull a Mortal Kombat and finish Liu Kane. And that's exactly what happened. Dropped your boy Quan straight off.
Good.
Now, I was hoping that Rock would be the one to take Quan out because of the issues that they had.
Same.
But it was Marvin.
It is what it
And
is.
we know this is going to hurt Unique. We know Unique just made a deal with Quan as far as the business. But now Rock has moved in and made a move on him, which is going to make Unique's game plan to take over a little bit more difficult, which is very smart because they don't know who did it. And we know Phil Russo, he is not trying to make a move on her because they don't have 100% proof. And he feels like that's Unique's issue. Now, we get to your boy Lulu, and he done clapped Imani's cheeks once again. It seems like this relationship is getting real serious, and he really likes her, she likes him, and it seems like she's trying to take it up to the next level. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Lulu, you better think twice about this because being in love in the Power Universe is a bad thing. And if Lulu is going to be back into the game, that's going to put Imani's life at risk. And
I get 5% cashback on everything I buy because I buy everything on my Amex Cashback Everyday credit card. New card members get 5% cashback for the first 5 months.
And Lulu understands this. This is a major weakness. Hopefully,
I think she's fed. Do you see the parallel that's happening between Uncle Lulu and Uncle Marvin? Do you see the parallels? Because remember, at the start of the series, they already would mention in what happened with Uncle Marvin and how he was rehabilitating and stuff like that. Do you get it? And then how he had to go to part of his probation or whatever was to go to therapy or whatever, and or go to that class. And look what happened to that teacher. And he also, you know what I mean, was in awe. I'm gonna say, I'm using the word awe. He was in awe of that woman, and she was in awe of him. But it didn't last long. But at all, didn't even stop. But there was a glimpse there. But then on that night, that, you know what I mean. So you got to look at it from that perspective. I'm just saying that because the Power Universe has a way of having characters that are parallel. And you can more or less predict on what could potentially happen with certain characters. And then if you look, for example, now I'm not saying that teacher with Uncle Marvin was a snitch or a CI or whatever the case is. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that within that same vicinity, there was, I forgot his name, but like he ended up being a rat and he ended up or snitch or CI, and he ended up in a situation where he was supposed to be getting information on Marvin, but Marvin was too smart to talk to him about certain things. Do you see what I'm trying to say? But he still went out his way to be that friend, regardless of him like knowing after the fact of what was happening. So that was that. So, and look what happened to him as well. So I reckon the same thing is going to happen with this particular character, Marnie. Like, she is a CI. She's a confidential informant. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what I'm predicting. All right, let's keep moving.
Hopefully, he makes the proper adjustments when it comes to this particular storyline, especially after the way that episode 8 ended. Now, we get to be Rilla and his boys pulled up on him, letting him know they want to hit another lick. They want to finish the job on Gelfin, and B Rilla is telling them he don't know about that. Like, he ain't trying to do it. It was a smart anyway, and now Gelfin moved the money and all this stuff. But Kenyatta is telling him if he does not do it, he's basically going to take him out. So now B Rilla has to make a very difficult decision, but he's pretty much made it. He ain't trying to mess around with these guys no more. Now, this episode, Rock was making some very smart moves. She understands that taking down Quan is going to hurt Unique. And of course, she is watching him to see what else he has up his sleeve. I mean, now that she knows he's alive, she can watch and see what he's going to be all about. Now we get to Jukebox and Kanan, and we know Kanan's going to tell her that he believes Rock took down Famous. And she tells him ain't no way Rock will do it. She don't believe it.
Like, I don't believe you, but yeah, I believe you because it's Rock. It's Aunt Rock. That's that face.
She says Rock loved him, but y'all know Kanan tells her, Rock loved D-Wiz, and you see what she did to him. And it ain't nothing Rock will not do.
That's fine.
Now, we know Jukebox does tell Kanan that she will go and talk to O-Cee's family because she feels like if she goes there and not him, it will be better because she's a girl. And Kanan tells her that he's going to continue to figure out what happened to Famous. He plans to talk to Snaps and Pops because they have connections with law enforcement and maybe they can give him some answers. Now, O-Cee finally pops back up on the scene. He's looking for Unique, asking Akbar does he know where
It's funny, my prediction for O-Cee was also correct, even though it was correct but not correct, because it's like I knew he would be up out of it. Yeah, I knew Unique would, once he's finished with him. It's like, and I knew Unique took that money because how else is he paying for like all that stuff that he's acquired and that apartment? Like, how else is he paying for it other than the stolen money that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm just glad he popped up the way he popped up. It wasn't like him missing for a few episodes and whatever the case may be, and longing out like the Famous situation, because he's not, like, let's be real, O-Cee's not that much of an important character. Famous was. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, let's go.
The boy is real shaky. Now, Unique does pop up eventually, and we know O-Cee was telling him that he believes Kanan knows that he took the money and he's scared. We know Akbar ends up telling Unique about Quan getting dropped off, and Unique got very upset. He was already upset that O-Cee would pop up in broad daylight, and then once O-Cee kept talking about he has to go, Unique lost it because he's already upset about the whole Quan thing, and he told O-Cee, yeah, you do gotta go, and sent that boy to the upper room. He's up out of here. We are smoking on that O-Cee pack.
Damn. Nah,
it's a damn shame to what happened to O-Cee, but
he
made that decision.
No, it's not a damn shame what happened to him, because at the end of the day, he made that choice to work with Unique. I understand. At the end of the day, he could have been put under pressure and felt forced to do certain things, but the reality is he didn't need to, because the same way he wanted to leave up and there, he could just not up and left, but he could have just stood up to Unique there and then at that time, and you know what I mean, he would have been up out of there already. You know what I mean? Yeah, that may have caused alarm for Kanan and the rest of his crew, but they wouldn't have known who really done it, because at that time, no one knew, apart from us viewers, that, and apart from what's his name, that Unique is still about. Do you know what I mean? That's just my theory. So it is what it is. I don't feel sorry for him, like, because you stole Kanan's money. But again, it's not even Kanan's money either. When you think about it, he stole it from his mom.
Screw Kanan over, get intel on Kanan, and give that intel to Unique. It is what it is, but Unique, he's crazy as hell, and of course, you just never know when he's gonna go off. Now, we get to your boy B Rilla, and we know he is kind of scared because Kenyatta has been telling him he's pretty much done for if he does not help them out with this robbery. He tells Lulu this. Lulu was very upset. He's disappointed, and he's letting B Rilla know that he's an idiot. B Rilla was talking about how he just sat in the car. He didn't, get involved. But Lulu understands, like, dude, you were involved. If law enforcement pulls up, you going down too, just like them. So this whole idea of robbing Gelfin was completely stupid. And now your boy Lulu has to clean up B Rilla's mess. Now we get to Rock and Marvin. They're having a meeting with Hafiz, and he's letting them know that this shipment should be getting in within a week. So Rock is happy as hell. Things seem like they're on the up and up. And on top of that, Unique, he is slipping. He does not have Quan anymore, and they cannot prove that Rock did it. So of course, she's feeling like she's finally got a victory, at least as of right now, because we know Marvin has major problems with Stefano and the whole Early Tyler storyline.
That's the name.
Now we get to Detective Garcia and Unique. He decides that it is his best interest to ask him questions about Detective Howard, and of course Ronnie, telling Unique that he's the prime suspect in these murders. Like, really? If he's the prime suspect, just go in there and arrest him. If you got enough for real, go ahead and just arrest him.
Facts.
You just talking and you're making yourself just look like a clown. Unique is just laughing at the dude because he really does not have anything. He's just guessing, and his guesses are completely wrong. I mean, he really thought Howard, Ronnie, and Unique was all working together, and then they screwed him over, so Unique came back to get revenge. I mean, what the hell is going on in that department, man? I mean, you got corrupt cops, you got people that don't know what the hell they doing. It makes sense on why they can't solve any cases.
I love Monday.com.
What's Monday.com?
You don't know Monday.com? This is Monday.com. It's a platform that helps us run our work, collaborate with other departments, understand our business.
Now we get to your boy Kanan. He finally goes and meets up with Snaps and Pops. He's asking them questions about law enforcement connections. And we know Kanan saw law enforcement earlier on in the season having conversations with Snaps.
That's exactly why I was saying the small hints. This is what made me think, hang on, let me think properly. Yeah, it was Snaps and Pops. Do you know what I mean?
So he already knows what time it is. Y'all got connects. Pops up there looking all confused like, man, how you know that? He saw y'all goofy selves. Like, really? Like, what are y'all talking about? And on top of that, they up here trying to, get information on Quan, asking Kanan if he know who took him out. Kanan didn't even know Quan was dropped off, so he don't know nothing. Now, regardless of all the issues that Kanan has with his moms, Kanan did not tell them that he believes his moms, took Famous out, because they asked him who you think did it. He said he don't know. This is why he's asking them. And of course they told him they're going to ask their law enforcement friends. But y'all know they was hoping and praying that Kanan would tell them that he believed his moms did it, because that way they can go ahead and go along with this game plan that Rock set it all up, because they were the ones that set everything up in the first place. And when Kanan walked off, they was like, man, we got to check up on Pickett and Wiley because they basically screwed everything up. And then they have a conversation with them, letting them know that they screwed up and that his best friend is out asking questions about what really happened. And they don't want this tracing back to them. So you already know they're going to go out and mess things up even more. And their main target is Kanan. How can we mess it up even more? Know what I'm saying? Let's grab his girlfriend, Krystal, and see what she will tell us. Let's see what type of new story.
And this is what's so interesting. I see why they did it, because they feel like, all right, we'll just create more division to make him believe that it was a Rock, because the last person to see Krystal was Rock. So, like, this adds to more reasons to why I believe that he's going to pull a Tariq. If you know, you know. I'm like, the Power Universe is similar to other, like, if you look at the Power Universe and other series within the universe, you will realize there are a lot of things that are similar but not too similar. It just all boils down to the storyline and how it's put in place. That's how I look at it. And I feel like, and obviously this is a prequel as well, and you've got to remember who was Tariq's mentor. It was Kanan. What is this show about? Raising Kanan. Now, obviously, Kanan did not tell Tariq to do what he did to his dad. He didn't tell him that. Ironically, what did Kanan want to do to Tariq's dad? But Tariq ended up doing what Kanan wanted. Do you get it? So that's what leads me to believe that. And it's like, just seeing this episode with that situation with Krystal has made it crystal clear that, yeah, it's only going to end up one way. Only going to end up one way.
Story we can make up to twist things up even more. Like, come on. I mean, I cannot wait until all this is exposed and snapping pops. They finally take that L by doing this. Now we get to Marvin and Early Tyler, and Marvin wants to know what happened to the guy that was not paying him. And Early Tyler tells him, well, me and my cousin took care of him. Lundell and Early Tyler dropped that boy off. This is the guy that Stefano was talking about, that they did not know who killed him. And Marvin is like, man, why did you do that? This dude is connected, with the Italians, and that's a slip up. Now Early Tyler tells him, well, you pretty much gave the call. You told me to handle it and I handled it. So if I go down, you go down. And Marvin warns Early Tyler about his cousin Lundell running his mouth, telling him he better not say anything. Now Early Tyler tells Marvin he ain't gonna say nothing. He ain't like that no more. Know what I'm saying? The dude got locked up back in the day for running his damn mouth. So it's just a matter of time before he starts talking again. And we know this is one of the reasons why Rock wants him off the board. He talked too much. Now we get to your girl Jukebox. She decides that she's gonna go over O-Cee's house by herself because she believes she can get, more intel from his mom.
I have to say this. The casting, for this show is just so impeccable. Like, because Kanan definitely looks like he could be 50 Cent's son. That's a fact. Like he looked like he could be 50 Cent's son. But also Jukebox, the one I say Jukebox. What's her name in real life again? It's bugging me. Either way, the younger Laverne Thomas or the younger Jukebox, she actually looks like the older Jukebox, the older Laverne Thomas that played by Anika Rose. Like, I kid you not, they could be mother and daughter, or do you know what I mean? Like, I kid you not. Like, the casting is impeccable. And you got to remember, these are fictional characters, not based on real life. These are fictional characters. So for that to happen, that's interesting. Let's go.
But his moms ain't there. O-Cee's brother is there, and he think he's about to get his freak on. He think he about to just take it. Like, really? That do-rag on a little bit too tight. Your girl Jukebox grabbed the strap, let him know, look, I told you I ain't friendly. Stop playing with me. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I thought Jukebox was about to shoot the dude.
For
real.
You know
what I'm saying? I thought Jukebox was about to catch another body. Y'all know she's very eager to catch another body. He lucky. Now, he did tell her that O-Cee's been missing for a week. That's about it. Now, we get to David. I mean, this coked out junkie right here is getting on my nerves. I mean, he cannot take anything serious at all. Rock is telling him that this new shipment is about to come in, and she's just making sure that he is ready. These trucks is ready. I mean, they're losing workers, so it is a bit of concern not, having enough people to move this weight. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, this dude got to go. David got to go. He's not reliable, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna mess up. If Rock don't drop him off, Unique definitely gonna drop this boy off, because y'all know Unique, he about to hit all these restaurants. He's pissed off because of what Rock's done to Quan. And speaking of Unique, he goes to Phil Russo, letting him know that Rock did this, but he does not have proof that Rock dropped off Quan. And without Quan, that means they have no product. Phil Russo tells him, find another connect. That's not his issue. He ain't trying to deal with it. He don't want no beef, no war with New York. This is what he's telling Unique. And Unique is upset. Phil Russo tells him, I don't care what you doing. Just make sure my money is on time. So Phil Russo is on one, and Unique he's very pissed off, y'all. Because
I hear it. Because remember, Unique went to him. So I hear it. So I don't feel like it's mad, because on the one hand, it was good that he told him, but on the other hand, it's bad that he told him. Because now it's like, well, you wanted to get in business. You want to do business with me. I didn't need you. And now you need me. But at the same time, now you're telling me you can't pay me. You're telling me go fix the problem. That's what I think he should have done. I think Unique should have fixed the problem first before telling. But at the same time, the Italians, as far as in this show, the Italians will find out one way or the other. And it's similar to the original Power series where, you know what I mean? Felipe Lobos, he knew exactly what was going on. Exactly. And the same thing with Stefano. Stefano knows what Early Tyler done, and he knows. It's just a matter of to see if Marvin's gonna clean up that mess on his own. But Marvin's gonna be up out in episode 10. Like it's evident. It's very much evident. Let's go.
He wants Phil Russo to be on his side and go to war. but that's not happening right now. So now Unique has to think up another way to handle this. Now we get to your boy Lulu. He decides that he's going to pop up on Kenyatta and talk to him about B-Rilla, let him know the whole robbery thing was stupid or whatever, and just leave him alone. Just leave B-Rilla alone. It ain't that serious, but Kenyatta ain't going. And his boy pops up, and they're pretty much, threatening your boy Lulu, letting him know that they'll drop him off, straight disrespecting him. I mean, I guess they don't know that Lulu is still about that life. Just because he ain't pulling out his strap and yelling at you guys, and he ain't been in the game like that for real, does not mean he ain't about it. And they told that boy to go sing a song. I mean, they was really being disrespectful to your boy Lulu. And once Lulu gives you this look right here, you already know what time it is. He gonna get his payback. It's just a matter of time before he does, and the old Lulu returns.
And the funny thing is, remember, he told you outside of his sister's house. I can't say the word in it. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah.
We get to your boy Marvin. He's having a conversation with Rock about the whole Stefano, Early Tyler, and Lundell thing. And just when you think Rock was getting the victory, that she was on the up and up, Marvin screws things up once again. And she understands that Lundell runs his mouth entirely too much, and it's just a matter of time before he starts talking about what they've done. And she wants Marvin to handle it. Like, come on. Like, you want to sit up here and make these moves with the Italians once again? I mean, he's making season 2 mistakes. And if Stefano finds out about what really happened, it's going to be hell to pay. So now,
like I said, I think Stefano already knows. I genuinely think he already knows. And like I said, I feel like it's a case of he's waiting for Marvin to clean up the mess. Do you understand? He already knows. And even though he's going to clean up the mess, he's still going to be out of it anyway. But it's mad because Stefano, I don't think, is going to last. See, like, he's either going to go in the next episode or episode 10. Marvin is definitely going. I don't want to say definitely, but I have a feeling he's going to be gone in episode 10. Because we need to see, like, we already know that Jukebox is turning into a literal, like, mad woman. Like, she's turning into that crazy, what Tommy and Ghost was talking about. You know what I mean? Saying about Jukebox was a certain way. Like, she's turning into that. She's literally turning into that. And you have to remember, for people to change and evolve into who they become, they've had to have experienced something to go through that too. You know what I mean? And it's mad because sometimes you want to give excuse for why someone acts the way they act. But I'm talking about TV here. So there's a reason. There has to be a reason that triggered that. For example, what triggered her to, you know what I mean? The situation with her go to that next level. But even beyond that was the fact of the situation with that girl's husband, and do you know what I mean? And that person nearly tried to take out her, like, no diddy, but I'm not, you know the context I'm talking about. But either way, like, tried to, you heard what she said, it's either him or you. Like, and obviously she's not gonna clip her dad. She has to clip out the other person. Do you know what I mean? That's to defend her dad. That's just natural. That's natural instinct. So I get it. And we have to, like, even with that scene and that episode, it was very telling of the fate that was going to happen to Marvin. And it's mad when you think about the mistakes that he's making throughout the season. It's like, listen, I'm no street ninja or anything, but he's making schoolboy errors, bruv. You know what I'm saying? He's making kindergarten errors. Is that how you call it in America? Kindergartens? He's making errors upon errors upon errors. Like, come on, man. He's making the type of errors that Kanan is making. Like, Kanan, you would expect him to make errors at that age. Like, you expect him to, like, obviously he's not in kindergarten at the age, but like, you expect him to make errors. Do you know what I mean? The same way him having his stash hide away somewhere else and not really having, not even like he's gone by himself. All right, cool. That may seem like a good idea, but having bodyguards on standby to make sure that they're guarding the stash like 24/7. Have one rotate. Do you know what I mean? Like there's like think. So that way you can know, okay, oh, this person is coming for the stat. Like anyway, I'm just thinking out loud. Let's go.
Marvin has to fix all of his mess. Now we get to Unique. He's having a conversation with Snaps and Pops, and he wants to make a deal. He understands that they don't really mess with Rock like that anyway. They're only doing business with Kanan, and he feels like he can do business with them. You know what I'm saying? And he knows that they have a connection with Stefano, and maybe they can all come together because he is cool with Phil Russo, so he's thinking about making a peace deal or whatever, and they all work together. Well, they tell him they're going to think about it, but we already know what time it is. This is what I've been talking about all season long. We already knew that Unique was going to make this major move with Stefano, Phil Russo, Snaps and Pops. I mean, pretty much all of Rock's enemies, and we know he's going to try to bring Kanan along with him. So I cannot wait to see how this is all going to play out in next week's episode. Now we get to Jukebox and Rock. They're talking about Grandma, and we know Jukebox does ask Rock how she ended up passing. And y'all know Rock, she played it off talking about Grandma was old, she was sick, and she was tired. She just gave up.
Being generous. You know she lied as per usual. Just say that. She lied as per usual.
Well, Rock, don't tell nobody that secret. You take that to the grave. Trust me. Now, Rock does ask Jukebox if she knows anything about Famous or whatever and what Kanan is thinking. Jukebox is loyal. She ain't giving up nobody's secrets. She tells
kind of
Rock
ironic
that
as well, yeah.
she doesn't.
I'll say what I said, but it's kind of ironic because if you look at earlier in the season and even in other seasons, like there was this bond between Rock and Jukebox. And I don't know if it's because obviously they're both females or whatever. I don't know. There was this bond where she would tell her. In fact, no. Here it's in this particular season. She told Jukebox about Unique. I'm pretty sure she did. So when you think about it, it's like, all right, well, you have to take into consideration, should I say, that there's some things that, okay, if Jukebox is not telling her aunt the real truth of what Kanan thinks, do you know what I mean? And remember before, Jukebox used to tell her aunt everything of what's going on with Kanan. Everything. So I think she low-key believes that, maybe it's possible she did have involvement with what happened to Famous, even though we know it's to do with Snaps and Pops. But in the time span of obviously she doesn't know the facts, but she's thinking, well, if she could, eliminate D-Wiz, then there's a chance she would eliminate Famous.
Doesn't know anything. They don't know who did it. So once again, Jukebox is showing her loyalty, and we know Rock tells her to make sure she watches over Kanan. Now we get to your boy Marvin and Stefano, and y'all know Stefano, he loved throwing dirt on Rock, trying to be real slick about it, but Marvin always defends his sister. Now Marvin tells him that this shipment is coming real soon and business is about to be booming, and we know Stefano decides to ask Marvin about his friend that got dropped off. He wants to know if Marvin knows who did it. Marvin plays it off like, man, I don't know who did that. That's white people problems. Stefano tells Marvin when he finds out who did this, they're going to be wearing some concrete slippers. And Marvin is like, man, I hope it don't come in my size. And Stefano tells him, well,
this is how you know. If he never said, I hope it don't come in my size, that's a telltale sign that you had involvement. Anyway, let's go.
One size fit all. So he's already getting some word on the streets about what may have happened, and he was testing Marvin to see if Marvin would give him any intel. So it ain't looking good, man. Your boy Marvin, he is going to have to fix this, but we know it's a little bit too late.
Way too late.
Now we get to Kanan and Krystal, and Kanan is very concerned. O-Cee still missing, Famous gone, and of course Unique is back on these streets. He does not feel like it's safe for her. He wants her to leave town. And y'all know Krystal, she ain't really trying to leave. She wants to be there for Kanan. She also tells Kanan that she does not believe that his moms did this to Famous, because at the club when they was all remembering your boy Famous, Rock really looked like she was concerned and very sad. But y'all know Kanan, he ain't believing it. You know what I'm saying? He believes his mom did it no matter what. But as I told you guys, his main concern is getting Krystal up out of here because he feels like it's entirely unsafe for her. Now, we get to early Tyler, Londell, and the boys. They playing cards, drinking and smoking, having a good old time. Now, we know Londell, he talks entirely too much. You already know the streets. They've been talking. If Stefano was figuring out, what may have happened, that means Londell has already started to run his mouth. Now, he goes outside, and we know Marvin catches
there you
him
go.
slipping.
The picture that we've been seeing, we thought, who was Marvin pointing towards? Was it Famous? Nope, it wasn't, because that's not Famous. Do you get it? There you go.
So we finally get to see who this person is. We've been talking about this probably for the past 2 months, and now we're finally getting that answer. It ain't Famous, it's Londell, and Marvin told him loose lips kill tricks and dropped him straight off. I mean, man, it was real easy. I know the actor Sean Breed, he did a great job by making it seem like it could be somebody else, but as I told you guys, all the clues that he was given in his IG post pretty much let us know what time it was.
So I guess for future actors or actresses that want to be in power, they're better off not giving telltale signs like that. Don't talk about the character. Don't talk about the show. Like, just stay out of harm's way. Just stay out of the way. And I get some fans want to know the answers. Just stay out of the way. The reason why, because it's obvious. If you're saying, it's got nothing to do with me, blah, 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 relax. The same way I figured out, maybe Famous really is like eliminated. I'm like, okay, if he's been eliminated, that must mean it really is. Like, not even just that. There was something he did it. I think it was a live or something. I forgot what it was. He did a post. It made me realize, he's been eliminated. But part of me didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it. But that's just TV for you. That's what happens. Certain characters, do you know what I mean? And it makes the show more interesting. Do you know what I mean? Because, as much as we want to say Ghost is still available, well, look, at the end of the day, if that never happened, then we wouldn't have Raising Kanan, let alone have Power Book 2 Ghost, which most people rate, and didn't want that show to end either. But anyway, let's go.
I guess we are officially smoking on that Londell pack. Now, the shipment from Hafiz finally comes in. Your girl Rock is feeling good. She feels like she's about to take over, like she's back at the top spot. And then we get to Kanan and Jukebox. They learn about O-Cee. Your boy O-Cee was found in the trash, y'all. And you can tell that Kanan was really upset. Another one of his friends dropped the ball. He just wants to know what the hell was going on with O-Cee and where his money was at. But we know eventually he will find out. But that's probably going to happen after Unique makes his move. Now, Kanan does go to O-Cee's spot to show his respect. We know his family was there. His mom was crying, talking about who would do this to her son. And we know Kanan learned that they found O-Cee in the trash truck, and they don't know who did it. And I know Kanan is getting tired of going to his friends' houses and seeing their mothers cry because their sons ain't here no more. Now, we get to B Rilla and Lulu. And B Rilla is pretty much telling Lulu that he done got soft. He wants the old Lulu back, and that he heard how Lulu used to put in that work, and that Kenyatta would have a problem if this was back in the day. Now Lulu tells him he ain't soft, he ain't never been soft, and he understands it's just a matter of time before Kenyatta makes a move on both of them. But we know Lulu, he gonna be ready. Now we get to Krystal. She goes and have a conversation with Rock before she leaves town, and she lets Rock know that she needs to look out for Kanan. He needs somebody, and we know Rock is telling her it's only so much that a mother can do. And we know Krystal tells Rock, well, her moms used to tell her the same thing, and that was because she did not want to take responsibility for her mess. So y'all know Rock is feeling kind of bad, like, man, I got to do something. I got to save my son. Now, we get to Detective Garcia. He pops up on Jukebox trying to ask her questions about, Unique and Ronnie and all this stuff. Like, really? Jukebox, even though she was cool with Detective Burke, does not mean she's cool with you. And once again, Jukebox, she's like, look, I'm getting the hell up out of here. And she gives Detective Garcia absolutely nothing. I mean, this girl don't be playing around.
Because it's like,
now we get to Officer
why are you walking up to Jukebox expecting her to rap? Like, do you really think she's gonna rap on her cousin and her family overall? No. Even though she was cool with Detective Burke, she was only cool with Detective Burke because of what happened to, do you know what I mean? A friend. Do you know what I mean? I forgot her name, but like that's the only reason why. And she looked out for her as well. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, let's keep moving. Let's go.
Pickett and Wiley, and they pop up on your girl Krystal. As soon as she gets on the bus, I mean, she was about to get the hell up out of there. They tell her they need to talk to her about Famous. Like, really? She don't know anything about what happened to Famous. Like, what y'all doing? Y'all own something. And they've been following her. I mean, how did they know she was going to be on that bus in the first place? Like, come on. I mean, if they didn't have no warrant, they would have had to Rodney King me. You know what I'm saying? Screw all that. And it was the 90s too. Man, I hope your girl Krystal gonna be all.
Brother, why did you say that? They would have to Rodney King you? Brother, Mark, brother, yo, you can't be saying things like that, man. Because, yeah, and you even said it was based in this is based in the 90s, but even in the 90s, the LA riots happened because of the police beating on Rodney King. Like, think about it. Like, yo, you can't be saying that, bruv. You can't be like. Anyway, that's just me. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, let's keep it moving.
All right, but based off that episode 9 trailer, it ain't looking too good for her, y'all.
Yeah.
Now we get to the end of the episode. Kenyatta is plotting with his boy. They think they done caught Lulu slipping and B Rilla slipping, but guess what? It ain't happening. The old Lulu is here, and he pops up on them, and as soon as they see him, they're shook. He pulls out the strap and he lets it go. He lets them know that he ain't no joke and that he is back. And the look on his face let us know that he was ready to catch another body. And just like an addict, we know your boy Lulu, he's addicted to this game. You know what I'm saying? We know he had problems with alcohol. Well, he had problems with being in the game as well. This has always been a part of him, and now he's going to embrace it that much more. I mean, he loves this, and I know it feels good to finally be back, and this is the right time to come back because we know Rock has some issues going on with Unique. He's plotting and planning, building the dream team, and with all of Marvin's mistakes, she's going to need Lulu to step in and help save the day. The only thing is, will it be enough? You know what I'm saying? And as far as Lulu and Imani, that probably needs to end because as I told you guys earlier, Imani's life is on the line, especially if Lulu is back in the game. But down below, I want you guys to let me know, what do y'all think about episode 8? A fire episode, action-packed, a lot of drama, a lot of those fan theories finally answered about Famous. I'm glad that that is over.
Facts.
Now we can focus on what's next. And what's next is this major war. And of course, your boy Kanan linking up with Unique. They're finally going to have a scene together. We haven't seen them in a scene together since the end of season 2 when Kanan and Detective Howard came to Rock's spot when it was getting shot up by the Italian. So this will be a good scene to see them finally have a one-on-one conversation. I can't wait to see it. Now, we'll be dropping out what to expect for episode 9 over the weekend. So I want you guys to stay tuned for that. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark.
Peace.
I'm out. Peace.
Listen, I will react to BMF season 4 of official trailer breakdown, all that. Another time. Give me another time. But yeah, man. My quick thoughts on this as well before we
At Vodafone, get the Google Pixel 9 Pro X.
Before we head on to the comments, I think that like with episode 9, with like now the speculation with Kanan. Sorry, now the speculation with Kanan and Unique talking. Now it's going to be speculated. Hang on, yes, Unique is Breeze. I think he is Breeze. I've been saying it. Excuse me. I've been saying it. And there's something else I will react to why I believe he is Breeze. I want to react to that another time. But like, like you have to understand. I'll say it again. If you watch Power Book, any of the Power series, any of them, any of the Power series from the Power universe, you will notice they always give subtle clues. Yeah. Now it's so interesting. Now I'm just thinking to myself, will Unique just say, I ain't Unique anymore. I'm Breeze. Or would it be a simple case of, you know what? My nickname is Breeze. Or you can call me Breeze. Do you know what I mean? Those type of things. But that's only between me and you. And like those type, I don't know, innit? But I just have a sneak. I've been saying it since the end of season 3 that Unique is Breeze. Like, who else would it be? Who else would it be? Would it be a new character? It's funny. They're trying to say O-Cee's brother was Breeze. Like, what are we talking about? Let's put things into perspective. But anyway, let's that aside. It's going to be interesting to see the conversation they have, regardless whether he's Breeze or not Breeze. It's going to be interesting the conversation they have because obviously, you know what happened. But I do think they will end up working together the same way that Ronnie. Again, the parallels. Do you something to say? Didn't Kanan work with Unique's brother Ronnie? Like we're seeing parallels. We saw how Unique stood there, like how Ronnie was like a real creep. Like when Krystal was there, and she was shook. Do you know what I mean? To the point where she's like, "Now we gotta be up out of here." So there's that, and that's just think about what happened with Ronnie and Ronnie as well. He saw like Kanan and Famous. Well, Famous is the one that spotted Ronnie. It's like, who is that guy watching? Do you know what I mean? Again, this was before Ronnie ended up working with Kanan. Like, there's subtle things that they place that you have to realize that's going to happen. Like, irrespective of whether Breeze is Unique or Unique is Breeze, if Ronnie worked with Kanan, then it's more than likely that Kanan is going to work with Unique, and it would make more sense. It will up his game to another level where he is teaching. He bumps into Ghost and Tommy when they're younger, and then they bring them into the fold to learn from Breeze, and Kanan will teach Ghost and Tommy. Do you get the point I'm trying to make? That's what I'm trying to say here. Anyway, let's keep it moving. There's a new generation of young money. I'm not sure to that another time. Shout out to Lil Wayne. See, look. Speaking of Breeze, who is he pointing towards? Isn't that not Unique? This was uploaded 4 hours ago when I'm reacting live to this. You cannot make this up. I'm not the only one that thinks like this. Anyway, so Hector Cartagena 2870 says some people rap about being a gangster. Be real, some people are gangster. Lou, welcome back, Lou. You want to go, O-Cee? Now you're gone. That's the funniest in Power history. That's true. I'm not gonna lie. I laughed. Well, laughed silently. Mark Dark just released. All right, listen. Anyway, like literally 19 seconds ago. Anyway, the way Snaps asked Kanan who he think did it, he told him right there. Listen to the way he told him. Kanan just didn't catch it. The dog even started barking. That's true. Episode 8 is always great in the Power universe. They never let us down. Like they never let us down. Never. I've never seen anything like it. Because you got to think of the amount of series, like seasons within a series, right? Then you have to think about how many series within the Power universe. You got the original Power book, then which is like 6 seasons, right? So you have episode 8 being great for 6 episodes. Then, well, I say 6 episodes, yeah, basically 6 episodes. Then you have Power book 2 Ghost, which I believe was, I think, 4 seasons or 5 seasons. I can't remember how many. I think it's probably 4 seasons. But either way, again, every episode, 8 episodes, the 8th episode is always great. Same thing with Power Book 4 Force. Every episode so far has been great. It's only been 2 seasons of it, but both 8 episodes have been great. Then obviously, Raising Kanan. You know what I mean? Okay, that wasn't in chronological order or numerological order, but whatever. Yeah, that. So they're just levels to how the writing is done in this particular situation. But anyway,